And I'm going to share my screen. All right, so let's just do this. And share screen. Here we go. Share screen. And all right, everybody see it? Perfect. Okay. So tonight's call, we're lucky to have Brigitte sharing with us, and I can't wait to get to that part, but I wanted to set the tone by talking about a few things first. So Success Club. If any of you are new on the call and you don't know what Success Club is the key to our entire business. This is how you make sure that you start making money, that your coaches start making money, and how you really rank advance, how you help other people, how you change lives, how you grow this business. Success Club is the key to the entire business. So it is what we talk about all the time, and it cannot be reiterated enough from me to you, from you to your coaches. That is how we build our businesses. So it is the 14th of the month, and we have 4 people in Success Club right now, and I'm actually really not shocked at all by the people that are in there. So myself with 8 points, Kylie with 6, Brigitte with 6, and Kelsey with 6. And I can tell you that, Kelsey, it's her 2nd month as a coach, even though it's her 3rd week as a coach. And she made Success Club her 1st month, and she's made it already her 2nd month. Brigitte also always makes Success Club. Kylie always makes Success Club. Myself, never miss it. I'm in week, I think it's week 26, but week 24 of SE10 or higher. So consecutively. So that is how you grow a thriving business, and everybody should set a goal at the beginning of the month to be in Success Club by the 15th of the month. And then that way you can make Success Club and then help your coaches make Success Club. One of the best ways to do that is lead by example and making it yourself, and then passing on the things that you're doing that will help other people. So congrats to you guys. I know that there are a ton of other coaches who have 4, so you're on your way. Keep going. There's still a lot left this month, and you'll see those numbers pick up too after Christmas time, but there's no reason why you can't have SE10 or higher before Christmas. All right. Rank advancements. Congrats to Sarah Esty. She's a new Emerald under Kylie. Nice job. Emerald is the start to your business. This is when you start being able to take part in the lead program. This is when you start being able to take part of cycle bonus. It's really when you have 2 coaches. So you're now a leader. Congrats that you can help also turn into emeralds, turn into diamonds. So you're on your way to diamond, and it's just that first step, and that's what really activates your business center. So congrats, Sarah. Top recruiter for last week was Kylie with 3 coaches. I know we had a ton of other coaches that had signed 2 people. And why do we celebrate top recruiter? It's not to say like, oh, look at Kylie, she, signed 3 people, good for her. It's to say Kylie helped 3 people last week get started towards their journey of better health, better fitness, and better finances. And that should be celebrated because she's changing lives. So that is why we're celebrating Kylie as a top recruiter last week. And then something new that we're doing, and we did it last month, but we didn't really announce it on the call, is the top coach of the month. So the top coach for this past month of November was Lindsay Jones. And she'll get this handy dandy little flexible superstar trophy. Oh my God. What is that? Oh, crazy. Sorry, Crazy George. And so we're celebrating Lindsay because, number one, she has been extremely consistent in her business. She reached diamond last month. She's consistently held on to it, and she will. And she's always so positive and helpful, and she's a true leader. And I just really wanted to congratulate her on her success and everything that she's achieved so far and the people that she's helping in her business. So top coach for November. Nice job, Linz. And then I wanted to announce Fantastic Friday. which will happen January 8th at the Woodlands Club in Falmouth. It'll start at 7:30 p.m. It's Dress to Impress. There's going to be dinner and dancing and photo ops and business building advice, and you'll meet a ton of other coaches, not only on the team, but in the area. It's a great space to like meet like-minded people who are thriving in their business and have those conversations and maybe possibly that aha moment that could push you further to reach your goals. I know there's a lot of coaches who've had their aha moments at Super Saturdays. I know that, for instance, Beth said hers didn't happen, but then her talking about that at a Super Saturday gave other people their aha moments. So it's really interesting and you'll get a lot out of it. You'll hear from corporate. There's a video that corporate puts out that will tell you about all of the new things happening in 2016, talk about the new upcoming Success Club trip that they're doing, and how to qualify for that, how to get registered, new programs, products, Shakeology flavors, you name it. They all come out in January. So there'll be that. And plus they usually have top coaches giving their tips and whatnot on there. And then we're going to do giveaways. There'll be a cash bar, more fun, things like that. But I think what the highlight of the entire evening is going to be is that spouse panel. So if you have a significant other, you don't have to be married, but if you have a significant other that maybe just doesn't quite get the business. It might not be that they're not supportive, but they just don't get it. Or maybe they are completely unsupportive. Or, maybe you want them to start building, but they're not interested in doing so yet. This is going to be that event that is going to be perfect for them. Yes, Jason. And it's going to be perfect for them because, they can hear from others. And there'll be coaches on the panel who are dating. There'll be coaches who are married with kids, coaches on the panel who are married without kids, people who are married or, have jobs, don't have jobs, all of that jazz, coaches that are couples that are both working and couples that are not both working the business. So you'll get the perspective of all of those and, what changed in their business or in the way they handled their business or in the way that they talked to their spouse, that their spouse finally was on board and being at least supportive. So I think it's going to be really fun, really interesting. We're going to do this little newlywed game to start it off, and it'll be very entertaining. The tickets are $55 for an individual or $100 for a couple. So it behooves you, even if you don't have a spouse or a significant other, to bring a friend. Maybe you have a best friend or something that you're like, I really wish they do this with me. Bring them. Any of your friends, that want to come. It's going to be a really fun night, a chance to get dressed up in Maine, which, let's face it, we don't get to do very often. And, it's basically a party and a learning experience all at the same time, but a great way to bring people around the Beachbody culture and really see how that is. So you can get registered by going to tinyurl.com/Maine Fantastic Friday. I suggest you get registered by like this Thursday or Friday. We will cut off registration online on the 28th of December. This is not something that you want to get, wait to get registered for like we have in the past with all of the other Super Saturdays. And it's really not that much more expensive. Think about it, $25 for a regular Super Saturday, $30 more, and you're getting dinner, dancing, and a whole lot more, and being able to take it out as like a date night. So get registered, no excuses. These things change your businesses, events are where it's at. And last but not least, before we get to Brigitte, is Summit. If you are not registered for Summit, get registered for Summit. Yes, you will be put on a wait list right now, but Carl Deichler has basically guaranteed that whoever goes on the wait list will get off. If you are somebody who has been shooting for Success Starters, so for those of you who don't know, if you make Success Club your first 3 months in a row as a coach, you make Success Starters, which means that your ticket to Summit is free. I still suggest that you register and pay. You can get reimbursed when you get your free ticket, but at least then you know that you're off the wait list and you'll be able to go. Summit is a game changer. If you're a building coach, it is a non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. If you want to push your business and go far and make money and help people and grow a massive, massive business, Summit is what's going to make you do that. It really is. It's a game changer where you can see it's incredible. The energy, the people, the caliber of this business, how big it actually is. Experiencing workouts with the live trainers, experiencing workshops where these top coaches are giving you tips of like, here is what I do daily to grow a thriving business. social media tips, talking to people, conversations, inviting, getting organized, how to track things. All of that stuff will be taught to you there. And there's also huge celebrations for coaches who have achieved things in their businesses. You get recognized on stage, and there's certain parties that you can qualify for where you'll be able to hang out with top coaches, corporate, and some of those those celebrity trainers. So something you want to be at. Don't wait to get registered. You will kick yourself. Go get registered. I can't reiterate it enough. You will hear it from me every week until Summit to get registered. So you might as well just get registered, and then I can shut up. All right, that's it. Now I'm going to stop sharing this, and we are going to hear from Brigitte. So actually, you can just unmute yourself. Okay, yay. And I'm going to move to speaker view so that when we see you, spotlight video. There we go. So that way, when I record, it's all you. All right. Go for it, Brigitte.
Great. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Awesome. So I just wanted to give you guys a little background on me. I know Joan asked me to talk about how I reached Diamond, and I'm absolutely going to talk about that. I just wanted to give you all some background on me. So in 2010 was when my health and fitness journey really started. We went on a trip to North Carolina with some friends, and of course we were taking a ton of pictures, and of course those pictures ended up where? On Facebook. And I got to look at those pictures, and I about died. I didn't believe that was me from the back. I didn't believe that was me from the side. I didn't believe that was me from the front. It was bad. My baby was 7, and she wasn't a baby anymore, and I looked like I had just had a baby. So it was then that I decided I was going to lose some weight. But I didn't know anything about Beachbody. I didn't know anything about really working out or anything. And so what I did was that I just cut my portions in half. And that's what I did. I did it by myself, and I lost 35 pounds doing that. And then I turned into nutritious Nazi mommy, friend, sister, wife, not so awesome to be around because nobody wanted to do anything around me. So anyway, I'm still working on that. But I quickly realized that I needed to add fitness into this because, yes, I had lost weight, but I also wanted to be fit and I wanted to be well. And so somebody introduced me to Zumba. Loved it right away. In fact, I became an instructor in 2014 and had some success with that. I worked at the local YMCA and had some classes and had a lot of fun doing it, and I did it for a full year. And so here's my part about Joan. I was outside in the summertime to this summer in July, and my husband was on Facebook. He was friends with Joan. I wasn't. I didn't know her. And he said, "You've got to come in here and see one of my friends post on Facebook." So I came in the house, checked it out, and it was a coaching opportunity / size demonstration that Joan was doing or something like that. I don't know. I seriously don't remember. I just know that I saw 3 seconds of it and I knew I wanted it. I wanted to do it and I wanted to experience it. And then when he told me something about how she had quit her job because she was matching her income, I knew I wanted to do that too. And I didn't even know what that was. I didn't understand what any of that meant. I had zero idea. I was clueless. And Joan was a complete stranger to me, but I got on the phone with her that day, and she was very kind and answered, some questions. I didn't even really know what to ask, but she shared some things with me, and I just listened. And it took me like a few weeks because we were going on vacation and we had no money. And so she was persistent with me though, and she continued to contact me and ask me, "Hey, are you still wanting to do this?" Just like the follow-ups that we do now. I was that girl. And so don't give up on anybody. And when I did order, it came and I loved it. And she threw the idea of me starting a challenge group right away. And so I did that. I posted on Facebook about how I was starting a challenge group, and I had one of the biggest responses that I've ever had since I had about, I don't know, like 78 likes, and I had about 80 something comments, and I had about 15 or 20 conversations going until almost midnight that night. Joan stuck with me on the phone. I literally copied and pasted every single comment to Joan because I had no idea how to answer anybody's question. I didn't even know what they were asking me or how to answer. And so she was very, very patient and awesome and helped me through that entire evening. I went to bed that night with a migraine headache, but it was worth every minute on the phone and on Facebook that night. So I really just want to talk to you about 4 big fat mistakes that I have made so far. I've only been a coach since August, and I'm just still learning, and I'm probably going to make a ton more mistakes, but these are maybe some of the mistakes that you can relate to. So mistake number 1 was that I knew nothing about Shakeology, nothing. I knew I liked it, and I knew that my husband Jason liked it, and I knew that we drank it every day. And so when people would ask me questions, after that big flurry of inquiries back in August had happened, I, of course, did more challenge groups, and people would ask me questions, and they would ask me specific questions about Shakeology. And all I could say was, yeah, I love Shakeology. I drink it every day, and my husband drinks it every day, and we love it. Like, that was all I had. I had nothing. And so that was mistake number 1 that I made. Mistake number 2 was that I had a ton of discount coaches, and I still do have a ton of discount coaches, which is great, and it's good for the weekly paycheck. And it's cool that we have these discount coaches in our challenge groups, because often they can become coaches. I've come to understand that now. But what I wasn't doing was that I wasn't looking for like-minded people like me. I wasn't looking for builders. I wasn't working toward building my team. I do have solutions for all of these problems, by the way. Mistake number 3 was that the 3 vital behaviors that Joan was consistently talking to me about, I wasn't necessarily doing. So if you're not aware of what they are, one of them is personal development. And so I'm not a reader. And I told Joan that from the beginning, and that was not an excuse to her. She told me that there were podcasts to listen to. And so that was one mistake, that I wasn't doing my personal development. The other was that I wasn't necessarily being proof that the product works. You didn't have to force me to drink Shakeology. I loved it, like I said before. But the workouts, because I was a Zumba instructor, I taught 3 days a week. And so often I would use those 3 days as my workout. And I remember one time Joan said, so did you get your workout in today? And I was like, yeah, I did Zumba this morning, and whatever we were talking about. She was like, no, that's not your workout. She's like, if you want to be proof that the product works, you need to do your Beachbody workout. So that clued me into some things, and I had to make some tough decisions about Zumba, which I will tell you in a minute. And the other vital behavior, which is invite. I wasn't really good at it. I was doing a lot of challenge group posts, and hoping that people would respond to the challenge group post, and then I could invite them to join my challenge group, and I could invite them to do a Beachbody program. So that was mistake number 3. And mistake number 4 was the way I posted on Facebook. I was scared, and I didn't want to really talk about Beachbody at all. I wanted my friends to know, and I wanted maybe my family to know, but I was scared about what people might think or say, or really maybe I was afraid that I just didn't know enough. And if I was afraid that somebody might ask me a question and I didn't know the answer, which I think is pretty common. So let me back up to some solutions for those 4 mistakes. Number 1, not knowing anything about Shakeology. That is one of my biggest mistakes. And so I want to encourage you guys to check out Joan's Team Project Fearless. In there is a Shakeology training. It changed everything about what I know, about how I know that now I'm nourishing my body. I learned now that Shakeology is a nutrient-dense meal replacement. It isn't a protein shake or whatever I was saying, which was really all wrong. Foolish answers I was giving if I could look back at my conversations. But I encourage you guys to go check that out. You're all on this team, and you all have access to that. And so I encourage you to check out the Shakeology training. It will help you in your business, because it will help when somebody asks you, well, do I really need to buy Shakeology with this challenge pack? And you say, yes, you do. And this is why. And after watching that training, you will know those whys. You'll understand better, and you'll be able to express what it has done for you and why you know it's done it for you. So mistake number 2 was that about my tons and tons of discount coaches. I've recently have been seeking out specific people now. I go through my Facebook list. I look at what people are doing on Facebook, especially since I was a Zumba instructor. I belong to different Zumba pages, and I hear people complain, or they talk about different problems with Zumba, and I reach out to those people. I'm looking for people that want to do what I do. I'm looking for people that are motivated and people that want to build the business with me. I'm eager and willing to help people, and I continue to look for those people. Mistake number 3 with the vital behaviors is that now we have this beautiful access to the national wake-up calls way back from whenever. I don't even know when they started. But like I said, I'm not a big reader, and that is something that I would like to work on. But since I tend to not sit down ever, I do way better with putting my earbuds in and just listening to these national wake-up calls. I've listened to a ton of them. I just keep listening to them, and I'm so encouraged when I hear these people, that they don't need to have this successful, come from a successful family to be a successful coach. They don't have to have this college education to be a successful coach. They can just be a regular old 41-year-old gal like me and make it. And that encourages me, and so I continue to listen to them. I also love Grant Cardone, the Cardone Zone. He's a little foul, but that's okay. And being proof that the product works. I have since made a decision about Zumba, and I am no longer an instructor. I cut the ties with Zumba so that I could really focus primarily on Beachbody. It was taking up a ton of my time, and I was kind of using it as an excuse that I had already done my workout, which I had. I mean, it was a lot of work, and it was strenuous cardio for one whole hour. So I was working out, but I wanted to focus all of my attention on Beachbody. So that's where I have changed that. And invite. I am after these people now. I don't wait around for people to like my challenge group post. I'm not waiting for, a Sunday night to post a big challenge group post. I'm just going for it. I do post challenge group posts, but I just private message people directly, and I say, this is what I'm doing. I see this in you. Does this interest you? I've gotten a ton of no's, but that's not scaring me. I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to keep doing it. I currently have, I think, like 25 to 30 conversations going with people right now, where before I was like psyched if I had 2 conversations going. And so I just continue to talk to these people and explain the business to them. Mistake number or was the way I posted on Facebook. I guess I've already really talked about it already. I was scared to post. I didn't know really what to post. And often what I might do is post like 4 to 5 times a day, like Joan had told me originally. And I thought that was nuts. And I thought people were going to think I was crazy. And I thought, my mother was going to call me and say, are you doing anything else than play on Facebook? I mean, so I kind of had that scared, kind of hesitant front regarding posting to Facebook. And that's gone, because I think I was talking to Ryan the other night on Facebook about how I want to go all the way with this. And I'm not going to go all the way with this if I'm scared or if I'm being held back by what, my family or my friends are going to think. And so I post 4 to 5 times a day. I post about my life. I post about my family and my faith. I post recipes. I post about how I'm enjoying 21 Day Fix with my challenge group. And I post about coaching opportunities, and I coach about, the gift that Joan gave me last week. And I'm posting all the time now. And so that's the solution to my number 4 big mistake. And so in closing, I just want to let you know that I became Diamond in 114 days. That's not so bad. And I'm still figuring things out. I obviously have not arrived. I've only been doing this since August. But I just want to encourage you guys with those things that I mentioned. Check out the Shakeology training. Do your 3 vital behaviors. Look for those building coaches and post on Facebook. That's it. Thank you.
Yay! Nice job. Let
Thanks.
me see if I can get us back to gallery view. All right, so does anybody have questions for Brigitte? That was an awesome presentation, by the way. Thank you for being so candid and sharing what you were fearful about, because and it's so funny because you would say what it was, and then I'd look at Ryan and I'd go, she's gonna say this next, and it's exactly what you're gonna say, because it's true. It was the truth. That's exactly what you were dealing with. I'd be like, hey, you need to post about like how much money you've made with Beachbody so far. She's like, hey, you need to post about you need to do PD. What? So it's really exactly it. See, we've got a question down here from Chelsea. Can you explain more about building coaches?
Sure. So of course, when we sell a challenge pack to somebody and we want them to be part of our challenge group, oftentimes they want to be part of your challenge group, and that's a good thing. And they become what Beachbody calls a discount coach. So they're receiving the 25% discount. And I'm still looking for those people. But what I'm really looking for are people who want to do what I do so that I can build my team. So the more that I can help people be coaches the way I'm a coach, the bigger my team is going to grow, and it will just advance me in rank as well, and will advance them as well. Does that answer your question? Or Joan, maybe you can elaborate.
Sure. So Chelsea, do you want to elaborate on what your question is? Because you kind of gave this face, like didn't really answer my question. Oh, you can't talk out loud. Oh. You can type. We're here. That's fine. So really, I think, are you a building coach? Meaning, are you in this business because you want to build a business, or just because you want to be in a challenge? Okay, so finding building coaches. There's several ways that you can do this, but basically when you sign a coach, they have the option to sign up just for the discount or to sign up to be a builder like you, to build this business, to make money, to create a lifestyle for themselves. And so how do you attract those building coaches? One is through your posts. You can do so through talking about coaching what it's done for you monetarily, lifestyle wise, community wise, any benefits that you've gotten from coaching, you can post about and attract people that way. You can also post about coach sneak peeks. So we typically do those about twice a month. And that is, an hour-long event that we'll do on Facebook where we post about coaching, what it's all about, and you can invite people to that so that they can check it out and see if it's something that they're interested in and see if it's something that they want to do. So that's another way. The third way is to do what Brigitte is doing, which is you are looking online through your audiences and starting conversations with folks that you've seen that you're like, I think that they would make a good coach. Real easy way to do that is to look at their Facebook page and say, okay, what can I comment on or start a conversation on with them? And then you look and you see, and you start a conversation with them. And when you get to that point in the conversation where they're like, hey, what are you doing? What do you do? You tell them, I'm a Beachbody coach. I run challenge groups and I help people with their health and fitness goals, yada, yada, yada. You can tell your story. And, have you ever considered coaching with me? Or have you ever considered joining a challenge group with me? Another way to do that is I always go through challenge groups first. There's a couple instances where I'll go directly to coaching, but most of the time I'm talking challenge groups first. Because if I can't even get somebody interested in doing a program in Shakeology, it's pretty slim to none that they're going to want to coach. So once I've had that conversation with them and they've shown interest in doing a challenge group and they're purchasing their challenge pack, then I say, you can make all of that money back and then some. Have you ever considered coaching with me? And then it'll get into that conversation where they start asking more questions. And then you can really talk to them about coaching. If at that point they say no, when they get their package delivered to them, I still say to them, I know you just got your package. If you want to throw a post up on Facebook about it, if anyone's interested in joining you in the group, you can make some money. So that's time 2, right? And then if they still say no at that point, then the third time I talk to them about it is after they've been in the challenge group for a while. And I see that they're getting results. They're loving the program. They're loving Shakeology. They're posting. They're doing everything they need to do. And most of the time, they're usually posting publicly on Facebook too because they're happy about what's happening. And so then I say, you're doing everything it takes to be a Beachbody coach already. Are you really sure that you haven't, that you're not considering doing this with me? What's really holding you back? And so those are 3 different instances. But, that call that I posted in the team page the other day by Bonnie Engel is so phenomenal. And I posted another one in there a few weeks back by Katie Hefner. Those 2 calls are incredible. They're really, really amazing. And it's really kind of all you need in order to build your business. But one thing that Bonnie said is that, and I think I've even talked about this in a call, is about like a no isn't really a no. It's just a not right now. Right. Many times when people are telling you no, it really has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with time. What it has to do with is fear. And so it's our jobs as coaches to help them get past that. But also, if you look at sales, most sales are made between the 7th and 12th follow-up, not in the 1st, not in the 2nd, not in the 3rd. And so, I don't ever feel bad about continually bringing it up and talking to people that I know would be a good coach. And the only thing really holding them back is, fear of either getting started or rejection or success or failure or what you may have. But I always stay in touch. I mean, for instance, just today, I was going through my little bubble sheet over here of people that I talked to last month. And, the X's are people who flat out said no. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk to them again. But I'm going to talk to everybody on this list again. The ones in yellow are the ones who signed up, which, by the way, apparently right now it's a 10% sign rate. But it'll go up because I've got a few in here that are doing it this week. So, there never really knows. But that's how you go about doing it. And really just, like Brigitte was saying about your posting style, just don't be afraid of talking about coaching and what it's done for you. I mean, for instance, if you go and you look at Bonnie Engel, who's the call that I was talking about, And I said it to Ryan. I was like, damn, I'm like, I talk about, mixing it up a little bit. Like every single post of hers is about coaching and what coaching has done for her. But she's number 5 in the company right now. She just made 15-star and she's 2 years in. So she's doing something right. So, and I think it's not even really about what she's posting at this point. I think it's really just about, you can feel the energy behind it. You can feel how excited she is on this journey. And so, you got to think about that too. A lot of it is about you. When you're talking to somebody who you want to coach, if you're like, you should really try out this coaching thing. Like, I started doing it and I'm making some money and we have other coaches on our team that are successful too. Like, you have to join this with me. It's freaking awesome. Like, I'm making money. I've met awesome people. Like, I'm going to bring this thing to the freaking moon. Like, come with me. 2 different things, right? Who are you going to sign up with? So, you just have to be confident, get rid of your fear, and don't be afraid to talk about the coaching opportunity and to share about it. And that's how you find building coaches. That was a really long answer, but you got what I said. All right.
That's a good answer. It's better than my answer.
I've been doing it a little longer. It was really helpful. Good. Awesome. All right. Any other questions while we're on here? You know what? I didn't do it during recognition, but I'm going to do it right now while everybody's still on here. Kelsey Crowley's on the call. This girl signed up 2.5 weeks ago. She's already signed her 8 coaches, has a new coach that just put up a post tonight that wants to go Emerald. And she has her hubby on the other side. And, she's trying to find one more person over there, but if not, she's going to make him Emerald. So literally, Miss Kylie, she may go Diamond in 21 days, just like you did. And when I say may, she's going to. So Thursday, when you promote to Diamond, you and Kylie will have tied the record for going Diamond the fastest on our team. So that's pretty badass.
That's awesome.
I had to throw
now the pressure's on.
What'd you say?
And now the pressure's really on.
Yeah, so don't. No, I'm just kidding.
Now I'm really sweating.
She's like, I can't sleep tonight.
Up all night.
But that reminds me too, like Kelsey is saying, like Kelsey's been on it. I hear from her. I can't even count how many times a day I hear from her. And it's a good thing. It's a really good thing. So if you are a newer coach, or if you're not at Diamond yet and you're not talking to your upline several times a day, something is not going right. You need to be talking to your coach all the time. Talk to Brigitte all the time. Talk to Lindsay all the time. I talk to my coaches a lot. I can tell you Kat, Kylie, Katie, Megan, all of these people on this call who are Diamond or above, when they were first getting started, I heard from them like nonstop. And it's a good thing. That is a good thing. When your coach hears from you, you are not bugging them. In fact, they're like, great. They just took something off my plate. Now I don't have to think like, oh, I haven't heard from so-and-so. I need to check in, because it's tough once you have a bunch of coaches on your team to check in with everybody. So if you're checking in with your coach, that's a good thing. And it means that you're building the business, and it means that you full name me. And it means that, that you're building your business because you have questions. Otherwise you wouldn't have anything to talk about, right? So that is a really good thing. Also, I want to just point out too what Brigitte said during her call about she stopped waiting for people to come to her. She stopped waiting for people to like her posts. You guys, screw that. You can build the business as fast as you freaking want to. You don't have to wait for people to come to you. In fact, you should be reaching out, and I know the minimum is 5, but you should be reaching out to as many freaking people a day as you possibly can. As many people a day as you possibly can. I did not get to 5-star my first year as a coach and become an elite coach my first full year of coaching because I reached out to 5 people a day. I did that because I reached out to as many people as humanly freaking possible a day until I got the yeses that I want to get to the goal that I wanted to get to. So you set your goals. You don't even let your coach determine your goals. Be like, hey, I can do more than that. I want 5-star by the end of the year. Great, go for it. Julie Fowler, who's on Team Pan, our, parent team, what was November.
Yeah.
In November, she was a Diamond coach. December 31st, she was a 5-star Diamond. Yeah. She did that. You can do whatever you put your mind to. You just have to put the work and the effort in to do so. So go out there and friend a bunch of freaking people, talk to as many people as you possibly can, and teach them to make Success Club. Do not overcomplicate it. That is it. You make Success Club by signing people. You teach those people you just signed to make Success Club. Repeat. That's it. That's the crux of this business. If you're overcomplicating that, you're doing it wrong. Just do it. Okay? That's all I got for you. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. Brigitte, you rock. Your presentation was awesome. And B.S., I asked her to do this presentation at like 1 o'clock this afternoon. So she also had like
1? I think it was like 2:30.
Whatever. You know what
Okay.
I mean. So anyways. She had no time and it was awesome.
Don't get off yet. I would like everybody to wave at me because I'm taking a picture of this because some wise man told me to take a picture of this and I'm going to do it because I post everything to Facebook. So wave to me. Nice. And look for yourself on Facebook tomorrow because I'm going to post about this.
Bye, Brigitte. You rocked. Very proud of you.
Bye. Thanks, you guys, for listening.